I'm sure you've seen the news about layoffs, you've seen about the tech companies, you've seen even the crashes of the Bitcoin companies and the FTX and all of them, and you're wondering, is this still something I should get into? Is this a sinking ship? Is it still something I should put in the time and learn and work and get to work? Would it still be here in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years? Can I set up my family with this tech? Personally, for me, the answer is yes, and hear me out. I think there are a lot of things that people don't talk about in tech. All you hear about is get into tech, you make a lot of money, get into tech, you have a stable job, get into tech. This, that is the new thing, it's the in thing, it's what everybody can do. You can learn it in 3 months and start coding and start working and start earning millions, start earning in dollars. Everything, you start earning 6 figures. Yeah, you hear a lot of that, but people don't talk about some of the actual values and some of the actual principles you learn while being in tech, and that's what I'm here to talk about. One of the major reasons I think you should get into tech, one of the major reasons I think you should learn how to code or learn programming is because of the actual learning process. Let me explain. I am from Nigeria. I went to school in Nigeria from primary school all the way to the university. And one thing I can say for sure is that it is not the best quality of education you can get. Learning programming, learning how to code, this teaches you so many things about how to learn. When you're in school, when you're in the university in this part of the world, all you do is read for exams, try to pass the exams, and be happy and excited that you passed the exams. There are literally computer science students, graduates that have never seen or touched a computer. They write their code on paper and submit. They don't run the code. That's how it is in some parts and some universities in Nigeria. So it's really bad. And learning how to program teaches you how to learn, and that is what is exciting. You understand that you're not just learning to pass exams, because in this field certificates are rarely used or rarely considered when trying to get a job. What is considered is what you can build, which changes the landscape. When you learn something, you have to learn it for real, because you're going to be using this thing in real life. You can literally see the application. It's not just theory, you can see the practical. And that's one thing that is really exciting about learning how to code, is that you're learning how to learn, which is applicable in every other aspect of your life. So if you learn how to code, learn how to program, you are resetting yourself, resetting all the bad habits you had picked up from learning in substandard education, and you're now learning to learn for real. And this opens a lot of doors for you. Whatever thing you want to learn after programming, I'm telling you, it's going to be way easier. You're going to know how to research, you're going to know how to stay with the problem, you're going to know how to look for issues and solve problems, you're going to know how to think critically. This is one of the main reasons I think you should learn how to code, especially if you've had similar education like I have mentioned. Another reason why this is a yes for me is that programming cuts across all industries. So whatever thing you find yourself doing or whatever field you think you're interested in, there is some form of programming, some level of programming involved in that. Is it cooking or having a restaurant? Restaurants have websites, restaurants have ordering applications. You walk into a fancy restaurant now, they'll tell you there's a QR code, you scan it to make your order, and all of that is programmed. So whatever your passion is, there is something for you in this, and you can find yourself, you can place yourself there as well. And also, even if you don't use the programming practically, you have this knowledge and you can work with programmers, you can work in tech companies as either product managers or even just marketers, because you understand the product, you understand the ins and the outs of the product. So that is something to consider. You're not just lost in limbo. So definitely it's something you should take a look at. Finally, I think the whole layoffs and everything, that time is gonna pass. With the layoffs, it's just something that people got excited about, something that was new, and put a lot of money, and a lot of people did not come out with results. But now there has been a trimming process, there has been a fine-tuning process, and a lot of people got affected, but I believe they will get back on their feet. So here's what I predict for the future. after this process, after this wave of uncertainty in the tech ecosystem, there's going to be a pretty much stable ecosystem coming forth. Why? Because companies right now are doing things that matter. They're building products that must make revenue. They're not just building products to raise money. And that is something that is shifting this period. There's a new era. The old era was, let's build a product, let's get investment, let's talk to investors, let them put money, and not even having something that can actually make money, not having a good business model. But that has changed with this landscape. That has changed with this new era. It is now make a product that has value, make a product that people will pay for. And as long as companies keep on focusing on that, there would always be jobs for programmers. Despite ChatGPT, despite AI, despite all of that, it is engineers that still make things work. And I think that will still continue for a longer time. So it is definitely still something you should get into. So if you're considering it, if you were considering it before watching this video, I hope you're ready to start. And you can subscribe to this channel because I'll be sharing ways and even tutorials to help you along your journey.